Hello, this is Forgotten Prime. I'm gonna do another rant. Um, Someone asked me what BS. So basically, I'm gonna just show right on the screen what I find to be, well, I already did in my previous video. I'm gonna just show some more reasons that I find that the current industry does not care about the old fans. That's true. I've been told that I'm old, get over it. The new stuff is going to be what we're going to get from here on out. You're not going to, whoever is expecting money, you're not going to get any. Because those that actually buy into this industry like a different story. And no matter how you're going to try to force this down other people's throats, people are going to look at it and they're going to see right through it and they're going to say, is this supposed to be a story or propaganda? I don't know. I've got to see the film myself, but I'm not going to go see it while it's at the theater. I'm going to wait after. Because of all of the way you guys are publicizing this. For entertainment, it's supposed to be for everyone. Not just females. Not just white. Not just black. Everyone. Everyone. You guys say we need inclusion, then include everyone. Don't segregate. You include him in it? Why not me? A person who has a wide range of people who made me into who I am. A full-blood Indian Mexican. A mixed-blood white woman. What the fuck? Oh well, she's still white. She's just like you, Brie. Unless you decided to say, I just got scrubbed, whitewashed. I'm supposed to be a different color? Give it up. I don't get your attitudes. Any of you. Mainstream media. All you're doing is making it to where you're not going to make any money. I love 90% of this headline. The other 10 is this right here. It wasn't needed. Not needed. Period. The only the nonsense with Rotten Tomatoes is simple. It's so bloody simple. You guys are so bloody blind. You guys can't even see it through your own shut eyes. Open them. Stop acting like we're back in the 60s. We're in 2019 going on 2020. If we're going to have a 2021 and not go to war for ourselves, I don't get your mentality. I am a geek. I'm not meant to be this type of person who rants and raves on a microphone or web camera. I don't like doing this to a certain degree. I love making the videos for my games. That's fun. This is stressful. And it's panicking me out to no end. Go ahead and bully me about that. I don't care. I've been bullied my whole bloody life by everybody that thinks they're above me. And I'm a little person. Oh well. Get off my back. And not just mine. There's a lot of people out there who work their ass off to do what they do. And yet you look down on them for what they do or what their hobbies are. And yet, when they were, that's not even a review area. It's just saying, we don't want to see it because of the nonsense that you're feeding us. It's so bleeding plain in sight. Why? It's not needed. We don't live in the 60s. Women, you've already had your burning bra days. Unless this new generation thinks we need it again, by all means, burn your bras. But if you're going to try to censor us because of our voice, all you're going to wind up is with a civil war. You'll have people whining your head. Stop it now while you can. But yet there are those of you who want to continue the chaos. My suggestion to you to stop now, because when the chaos starts, you won't be safe either. Nor will I, nor will my family, and I will not be very happy. And when the world shit hits the fan, the Black Lion will wake up. The dark side of him. Right now, his anger is just awake. His mouth is not in neutral. I don't like talking honesty when it comes to seeing stuff that don't belong in my hobbies. At least when I read comic books, I didn't see overtly pushing any agendas down my throat or sexism. I don't get it. I don't. You guys seem to think that we are your enemy. We are not your enemy. We want to look at your product with anticipation. It's supposed to follow up after that. After the Infinity Gauntlet. I am so at a loss for words. I forgot the name of the title. I'm not happy. This is supposed to give us a clue of what's going to happen in the Endgame film. The way you guys ballparking this, you're failing big time. I don't even... If my daughter ever wants to watch this film, I hope to God she doesn't at all. I just hope she finds something else to watch. This, I would say, yeah, go ahead. But hey, I'm not going to tell her not to watch Captain America. If she wants to, all for her. I'm not going to stop her. It's her choice. My choice is I'm not going to watch it until after it's on Redbox. Or on Netflix. Which I highly doubt it'll ever be, because of the fact that Disney wants to do their own streaming. I will not. I'm done with their games now. They've already destroyed Star Wars. Now they want to destroy Marvel. I've been giving them the benefit of the doubt thus far with Marvel. I've been liking what they've been giving. Sure, there's a few glitches in a few of the films, but nothing is... nothing's perfect for the film franchise. It's amalgam of all the comic books, the animated series. They're putting a little bit of all of it in the films. I'm all for it. They put the black version of Nick Fury in the films, not the white version. They put the black one from the Ultimate timeline. I liked that. I'm like, cool, an upgrade. And he did the Samuel L. Jackson made Nick Fury his own character. This girl, Brie Larson, seems to not want to bring out the Marvel, or Miss Marvel, or Captain Marvel, or Whammon. I will, from this point on, until you guys tell me how she's got cosmic power and not the other kind, or you guys not going to at all in the future make it to where Rogue takes her powers. If you do that, fine. I'll go with that. I'll keep my mouth shut at that point. But until you guys start giving us... You've been giving us all kinds of films and stuff ahead of schedule anyway. Give us a comic book that gives us what the frick is going on, detail for detail, of what your plans are. And then we can read it and then say, okay, This will work. This don't work. We are the consumer. And that's for male, female, in between, or otherwise. You guys seem to think that we are against women. No. We're against the nonsense that you're trying to spoon down our throats, or everybody else's throats. This film, I have not seen it, but the more and more I've seen on reviews and the people that I've talked to, even here in my own town, this is all they talk about. I gotta see this film. I watched the anime, just recently rewatched the anime, and I loved it, despite the fact that there were some sad spots in it. I have no doubt this is going to be any different from what they've told me. I asked him, and he said it's not much different. There's a few changes, and he wouldn't give me any detail, and I'm glad he didn't. Because the fact that I don't want to have spoilers. I want to see a film, and I want to be happy when I leave a film. So far, a lot lately, a lot of films have been sending me home with a very bad taste in my mouth. And I don't like having that. I recently watched this, and I love it. This one, Aquaman, beautiful DC films. All of the others, they had major flaws. And I mean huge major flaws. Yet again, a female actress. I loved her in this film. I'm not giving her no grief. All three of these films, these 4 films right here. Main lead is a woman. And she's badass. And everything she's done, that in my opinion, sure there's a few sappy films that she's done that shows her femininity in my opinion. But when she does action films, she does not hold back. And I love it. That's what I would love to see in more actresses. If you're going to do a character, don't follow all of what everybody's trying to tell you to do. That's what I noticed about one of the videos. You were asking someone how to do something for a particular character. My suggestion to you, Brie Larson, now that the movie's already done, but if I were able to get this to you before you had done the film, I would have had you rewatch or reread the original comic books that had this Captain Marvel. And then to have you choose, do you want to replace an original that came out in 86 between 94? Sure, they gave you your version down here, but I'm not impressed with this one. I did sort of like this one, which is that in a different form. Technically, you got 9 versions of yourself out there. But then, yet, you also have another version known as Miss Marvel. I don't really get the mentality. This is my Carol Danvers. This didn't have cosmic powers. That's not my... I have nothing against Kamala Khan. I don't know her character, but from what I've seen and read on the synopsis, she's not like as a character. I think Jubilee is more fun to hang out with than she is. That's just the way I see it. And I originally, for the longest time, I had an issue with Jubilee because she was kind of a fill-in for Morph. But yet, he was also kind of forced into sort of in the animated timeline. But yet, the more I started reading the older comic books, I'm like, everything was sort of mixed. That's why some of the artists decided to make their own comic book industry, aka Image. Spawn was created by one of those guys. He used to work at Spider-Man. He got sick of the bull and created Spawn and many other titles. And many of the other guys that went with him created their own. None of them pushed their politics into their stories. They just gave us good, happy characters, and many of them were female. One of them was practically a Colossus. Gen 13. I can't remember her name right offhand, but she was a badass. You guys aren't trying to make her into a freak of science nature. I I don't understand what you're trying to accomplish with this. You're not going to make any money. Yet another lady. I love this woman. She is a great actress. I've seen her in other films besides just this. And yet, you seem to think that we are the enemy. When you made that, you kind of started the fire. When you continue fueling the fire, you get more videos like mine from others. And then you guys say, we're selling. You're only selling to companies that can't buy, are ending up with stockpiles of comic books that they can't push, and then they end up closing. But you don't want anybody to say anything about that. You're keeping that hushed. I'm sick of the game. DC is slowing some of their titles down because of the fact that they're realizing that they can't do what you're doing. You're going to go broke. Nobody's going to buy these issues. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And each of them had between 3 to, I'd say, 8 different variant covers. And this is how they hornswoggled the companies. For every 100 issues you buy, you'll get an additional special of this one for free. So they buy so much of that so they could get those specials added into their order. And then they're thinking, they're going to go off the shelf because this is supposed to be a good story. First few people pick up a few stories, word to mouth, passed on, crap story, crap artwork, or in between. I don't get the mentality. It's just waste. I miss the old term, quality before quantity. Now we're getting quantity over quality. That's very, very wrong thinking. Please. I am a hobbyist. I love comic books, music, figures, varying shapes and sizes, video, visual things of varying types. That's why I call myself a super otaku, jack of many trades, because I can't choose just one to like. It's just too much. So I don't bother. I like a lot, and yet you're making a lot of things that make it almost personal for me to want to like the things I like. Please make sense. Or, I don't know. Stop picking fights with the fans. Because once you go broke, when somebody gets that's rich, that loves the franchise, they're going to buy out these titles back out of under you. And then they're going to remake it again. Look at what, that's what happened to Ghostbusters. The reason he doesn't want to follow up after the 2016 is because the way you guys pushed it. Stop that. Stop it. We are not your enemies. We are hobbyists. We want stories. We are consumers. And in order to have something to enjoy, we don't, if we've already bought the other stuff, that's what we're trying to point out. Where's the stuff for us to have fun with? Huh? Are you going to allow us to make our own version then? I highly doubt it. You guys got such a lockdown on copyrights that it's silly. Anything that comes close to a knockoff of anything you guys create, you guys nail it down with a injunction or paperwork. No. This right here. Many have already said that they've drawn the line in the sand. My last video basically stated you guys crossed my line. Today, I am telling you, my line is invisible. And every time you guys continue to poke at us, call us names, I'll continue building up. Like the Hulk. When I get enough of the bullshit, I'll explode and rage. That's the thing about lions. When you push them too far, you push them in a corner, they bite back. Mother Nature. I know a lot of you right now are probably thinking, oh my God, he's talking about Mother Nature. Mother's a bitch. I myself know that more than anybody else. She doesn't judge anybody, period. But by the things that we've done to each other, it needs to stop. The finger pointing needs to stop. The name calling needs to stop. The politicking needs to stop. The sexism needs to stop. If you want politics, take it to a video that has to do with politics. Don't put it in hobbies. It's not needed there. Hobbies are there to allow you to release the stress that you have in life, not pick up more. Things were not made for me. Political, religion, feminism, forced sterility, shills, sellouts, identity politics, reactionary. Check my privilege. I am a very humble person. And I am sick and tired of your guys pointing fingers at people. I don't understand you. I'm just harping to the air. I never thought that I'd actually feel relieved to say what's on my mind without being censored. I may do this more often. The more I see these things, this nonsense, I liked the first, right up to that point. If I could, I'd black that out to make it blend in with that shirt. Remove that comma, and that cover would have been badass. And then at that point, I would have probably said, yeah, I'd go see it. But the more you guys continuously say that we are the wrong ones, we heard negativity, we called it out, and then we got sniped back at. And then when we got more information, we continuously got sniped at and continuously sniped at. And we're still being sniped at. Stop being the child and act like the fucking adults that you're supposed to be are. I feel like I'm the fucking adult and chastising kids. Oh my god. I see bullies on the TV. That's not cool. That is not cool. I am going to call this title The Oh, I'm gonna have to think on this for a sec or two. It's not even a war. Yeah, some people call this a culture war. I call it chaos. There is going to be no winners if you continue following this path. You will not make any money. You will go bankrupt for those who are shareholders on this venture if they continue it. My theory is after Endgame, it's going to be good, most likely. It's going to follow something similar along the lines the way the comic book went, but not necessarily. It's going to probably have a curveball in there. Cool with me. I've been expecting a lot of what they've done. Some of it. Not all of it, some of it. And I like it. Liked it. Yeah. Chaos in the hobby industries. That's what I'm going to name this. Perfect name. And I'm recording. Well, Sam, I don't envy you. If this film busts and he ends up being BS, I blame you guys. I don't blame him. I blame you. I don't blame me. I I will not endorse a story that trashes a person for who they are, or what color they are, or what what gender they are. It is just wrong. You don't play favorites. You don't. It's like saying, uh, one kid can have pudding while the other one goes without. It's very childish. You you don't do that. You don't play favorites. If you're gonna make a story, make it for everyone. When I saw, yet again, I'll repeat this. A Wrinkle in Time wasn't a bad film. It had a lot of issues in certain areas. It was made for this era, yes, but it was very similar to the book. I read the book. I love the book. I highly recommend everybody that liked the film to also read the book. I also, yet again, you'll probably say, "Oh, he's got a guy in it." Morgan Freeman, uh, Dreamcatcher, obscure third-party sci-fi horror film. Very, very good. Based on a book from Stephen King. Also, yet another story. Yet there. Oh, people are picking on his family now. Stop that too, please. All it is showing you guys you're petty. Stop. Stop being childish. And yet, those of you that are older, that are in this industry, why are you letting these kids do this? It's like you're give the kids the gun with ammo. And yet there's also the politics being back and forth, back and forth. Get it out of my hobbies. I myself don't. I don't like either one. They're both out for their own agendas. It's been that way for a while now, and I mean a while. The only person that I thought was actually somewhat human that I actually did vote for was Clinton. And yeah. So fucking what if he got a blowjob? So fucking what? His wife is a psycho, in my opinion. She wants to turn the world back into the 60s, like a lot of you seem to. We can't go backwards. We can't put the genie back in the lamp. The Pandora's box has been opened. We can't hide nothing that we've done. The internet is there. You can try to delete all of our world off the internet, all you like. It's there. Get over it. We've had our burning bras. Yeah, I probably said that earlier. I don't care. I myself, who swings both ways, so I don't title myself. I'm sick of titles. Everyone, for a minute there, I started thinking I should start putting Mr. before my name, because the fact that I don't plan to ever get married. Ever. I just, I don't understand none of this. You guys are making our hobbies, every hobby, movies, anime, comic books, a nightmare. Even games are not immune to the nightmares. Please. Are you're probably just thinking, oh my god, another one is talking out. I'm doing that because that's what I hear. I'm not impressed. You're not going to make any money with those that follow you. Because they don't want to watch this stuff. They're just saying, yeah. Just to get other people that are fools. I'm sorry to say that. I don't like using words to people. But there are those who will just act like a lemming and run into the fire. I myself will go so far to act like a lemming. But when I see it in plain sight, Spawn, Blade, both black men, both badasses, both made great films. Sure, Spawn had its issues, but they were trying a gamble to see if it could work. If they were to have done it a little bit more towards, I'd say, his very first 2 or 3 issues, and used that as the template towards his very first film, I think he would have had it made and then some, and used the same technology. And they would probably use the same actor, and it would have been perfect. I loved the living costume. That was beautiful. I loved it. It made so much sense. Some of the the veins that pulse through it made me think of some of the figures that were put out in later years. There was one that I had removable armor. I wanted to take that figure, use the body as the base, and create a Guyver Spawn. Never got to it. Misplaced the body. I don't even know what happened. That, oh my god, not good, not good. But I would have loved to have seen a decent come out for Captain Marvel. I wouldn't have minded if it were a chick. I would have loved it for they decided, okay, we're going to go with a lady, and then we're going to change her color like we did with Nick Fury. We're going to switch it around like we did. I would have gone with that. But then when she basically said, I don't want to hear what a white man over 40 has to say about Wrinkle in Time. Right then and there, the way she said it basically told me that she hated me too. And yet when they had her do the sort of an apology video, sort of, to ask, do you hate white men? She's like, no. But in her body language, I don't think she liked, it's not that she hates white men. She just doesn't like the fact that it's majority just white. It's like, she's like, why aren't there other fans in this industry? It's like, where are the other people that I want to impress? And that's where she fails at. She's trying to use her agendas into it. That's where it loses me. I don't want that. I don't want to sound selfish. But yet, all I want is a story. Someplace to escape. If she wants to push her politics or what she wants, she should use it on something that she creates. That's just my opinion. And yet I seem to see all over the internet that it doesn't seem like I have my right to my opinion. So I'm making this video. This is my opinion. And for 40 minutes, I've actually opened up more of who I truly am to complete strangers with my hobby. Makes me very angry. I don't like being angry because the fact that my hobby is being tortured to death. You want us to stop arguing with you with your film? Stop the politicking. Stop the sexisming. And we'll leave you alone. We might even watch your film when it comes out, after a week after it comes out. But for now, here's my suggestion to you. Shut the fuck up. Push the film. And only the film. Captain Marvel, the character. That's it. Simple. Right? Hello, true believers. Whovians. Live long and prosper. May the force be with you. As everyone's favorite, that Star Wars girl. Boy, do we need it. And lots of it. That's my add-on. Till all are one. With great power comes great responsibility. And you're fouling it. Turtle power! By the power of Grayskull! Thundercats ho! Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker! Shit happens. Get away from her, you bitch! I am a super otaku, jack of many trades. And very, very saddened that you guys think that we are your enemies. We would have bought a ticket if you had not gone broke.